Welcome back to Double D Vintage Baseball Cards. My name is Dylan. All right, I went to the West Coast Card Show, had an absolute blast. My whole trip from day one, getting picked up by my buddy Dave, one of the Triple Ds I always talk about, Dave, Danny, and me, in LAX. Went down there, hung out in Huntington Beach for a couple days, went surfing for 2.5 hours, went skateboarding, a half pipe, then went out to the card show. Just incredible time all around. So I'm going to make this particular video quick. This is going to be my pickups video, but not how I really want to show my pickups, because I'm going to put these with my collection, how they go. But for this video, I just wanted to share the cards I got. And I have all the price tags on them now, so I thought it'd be kind of fun. And then I got some gifts. So first I'm going to do the gifts. First, I want to say thank you so much to this guy, Kaboomy Mike Petty, and I think Brian paid for the dinner at Lazy Dogs. I mean, dude, I wasn't expecting that, didn't want that, anything. All of a sudden, everyone's leaving, and I'm like, dude, what? Where's the bill? Petty, and I think Brian, thank you guys so much for doing that. It was not necessary. We can all chip in, but obviously greatly appreciated. So got this sick Kaboomy of Petty. So everybody knows the very first time Petty ever got on YouTube was on my channel. So I am a claim to fame. I love it. I talk about it all the time, and he talks about it, and Lou Rock was on with us. It was a turn back the clock, but after hours. So, man, it was a blast. So, claim to fame right there. Petty, thank you. Pleasure to meet Petty. I had a blast talking to him, hanging out with him. He's even more awesome in the flesh. Like, an honest to God, nicest guy ever. Man, I can't say enough. I'm going to do another video and share, like, a video of all my pictures and everything, and go a little more detail probably on all the friends that I met and everything. Well, I had a very surreal time. I had made a plan like a month prior with Cesar Pepino, man, the legend, to go in his car and hang out and pound a beer together, play for the Blazers, and have just an epic time. And he was able to do it. He could only be there for like 3 hours. He had to hang out with his wife on Valentine's Day, and he had to work as well. So when we were in his car, you probably saw the video he posted. Well, he gifted me this sick Mickey mantle. And what's even more sick about it is that it's the 1952 Topps done by an artist. M.A. I can't read it on the back. I should have got my glasses. Actually, I got them right here. But anyways, he had an Ohtani card, in his possession that he could most likely trade for his 52 mantle. So I got this from him, which is just insane, representing what could have been the craziest story ever. He goes in there and trades for his 52 mantle. It didn't work out, ran out of time. But I got this gift, and it just meant the world to me. So, and I actually gifted him a Project 70 Mantle 61 way back, years back. So now I got the comeback card. So, Cesar, what a moment. I had a blast hanging out with you. You are just as kind and just as genuine a person as I, dreamt you would be. And dude, we could have hung out the whole day. We only got like 3 hours, but we made every minute count. It was so sick. So thank you for that. Another gift I got, really meaningful gift here, as they're all like just gangbuster gifts, but Greg Midlife got me this Sam Rice autograph. You guys know I've been talking about Sam Rice since the moment I got on YouTube. His story I read in a book at one point years back. And ever since then, I have never not had a Sam Rice card on my wall. And any single person who comes over to my house, I tell the story about Sam Rice. I've always wanted his autograph. I've almost bought one so many times. In fact, this has got me so motivated. I think I'm gonna find some on-card epic Samurai's autograph to join this one. So thank you, Greg. Really awesome hanging out with you again, as always. Just a pleasure. Nicest guy in the world. I got 2 more gifts here, and these gifts are just mental. Paul Fast Breaks and Breakfast. He was at the dinner and at the show, walking around with him. The guy is a very giving human being. He came with a card. I think he went shopping that whole day for others. Out of this world, he gave some insane cards. He gifted me this Satahara O. And yeah, first time I'm leaving in the bags, because I will share all of these cards you're seeing again in a future video when I pair them with my collection, because they all belong. This Satahara O, 1975 Calbee, 76 Calbee. Look at that thing. We were at dinner and he's handing cards out to everybody. Really special. So Paul, Fast Breaks and Breakfast. Paul, so meaningful. And then he had this, I'll take this one out of the sleeve. Beach Boys card, 1966, 1969 Panini Cantanti. I think it's the same set or close to it that the Duke Kahanamoku card that he actually gifted me years back is in. It's close to it. I think it's the same brand, same company for sure. But he gave me this Beach Boys card. So yes, I'm going to be listening to the Beach Boys again. Awesome card. Absolutely extraordinary. Paul, thank you for thinking of me. Just too much, too nice, too kind. But so appreciate your friendship and everything and what you do to bring the joy into cards in this community. So thank you. Last guy I'm going to share is, I actually purchased these cards. I went to my buddy Danny's house, one of the Triple Ds, the guy that I always talk about buying, going to Frankensons with and blowout cards, and for like an 8-year stretch, blasting open boxes. Well, we got out all of his cards from the garage, and I went through all of them. Took like 2 hours, every single card. And I had a couple, Dave was there, and Danny's son was there, and we were going through them, and I found some insane cards. I have a stack about this big that I bought from him, but these are the ones that really hit home for me. Well, this card right here, Bill Simpson. Why in the world do I have a Bill Simpson football card, and why do I love it? There's 2 reasons. This came from Danny's dad's collection, and growing up, the first time we ever really handled vintage cards was his dad's. His dad's Rick. I love him. Rest in peace, Rick. Sorry. Whew. So this is my friend's dad's card. And I know I grew up surfing with Brett Simpson, and that's Brett's dad. So to have a card from Rick's collection, my second dad growing up, means the world to me. And it double combos as a guy I grew up surfing with, end up being a professional surfer, and we were good friends for a long time, and that's him. And that actually looks like Rick. So freaking stoked. Woo! Sorry about that. Hard to look at that card without thinking of Rick. Shoot, man. Woo! All right, next card. Let's get positive again. I mean, that is positive when you think about somebody who meant a lot to you. Wasn't expecting that. Shoot. Whew. All right, let's get back to it. Next card I found in Danny's box. Silver Surfer for the win. Dude, I've almost bought one of these 1,000,000 times, the hologram, and he had one in his box that was obviously pack pulled by him or me, somehow got in his collection, or either way, we pack pulled this when we were kids. So together or solo. And now I don't have to buy one. This thing's all scratched to heck. I got a Magneto from him as well. But now I have this Silver Surfer hologram. This is the most meaningful Marvel card in my collection now, 100%. Sorry, Drew, Clean Sheep. It jumps above yours from the same set, the other one. But this baby means a lot to me. Another card from Danny that I pulled out was this. Vladimir Guerrero, Angels 2007 X-Fractor. Just a sick card, pack pulled. Man, we opened a bunch of this stuff. These are like numbered to 250, I think. Yeah, 250. Sick card. Sicko for Caesar. You. Awesome card. And then I found this. Me and Danny collected hockey cards for probably 3 years. And we love the XPX, SPX. And this is the gold Paul Kariya. So I found my old friend, true friend, Paul Kariya. Surfed with him for many years. Every morning. So found this in his collection, and the gold border one at that. So I had to grab this. Just insane card. Yeah, awesome. So thank you, Danny, if you're watching, for all these. I mean, I paid for them, but they were, you know, obviously just nostalgic for me. That's why I got them. And the last card from him, I'm going to share at the end because it goes with my closeout. And it's probably the sickest card out of the whole batch as far as like, just like, dude, that is just crazy cool. All right, so let me get to the pickups. I'm going to go in order. First card picked up, I was with Dan and Ken, and Dan saw it first. We just pulled up to the table, and he's like, ooh, that looks nice. And that's, I'm going to leave the price tag on, then I'm going to take it off. And a 1966 Mickey Mantle card in a 4 that looks like a 10. An absolute blazer of a card. There's a little bit of black dots right up here. But this thing, I have been looking for this for 3 years, centered in like crispy looking, nice looking card. Literally, it's on my watch list. I didn't give one away, but I put it in one of those boxes, the Double D repack boxes that I made years ago. And a lot of you guys bought out there, and I appreciate it. Well, I put one of these in there, the off-centered version. This thing is glorious. So this, I paid $315 for. And I forgot. I was going to take this over to the Mike Baker sticker and see what they did. See what they would do to it. But thing is an absolute stunner. I will definitely show these up close and personal in the future. Soon future. But just wanted to share them as I pick them up. So $315. I think I spent $1,400 and something dollars or $1,600 and something dollars. But I stayed within my budget. Second card I picked up. Second card is, yeah, right here. I picked up 1963 Home Run Leaders card, number 3, that I have been looking for. Another card that I sold. And I've been looking for a replacement ever since. And this thing just popped out right away out of the case at me. And this one, price tag was $95. I got it for $80. An absolute stunner of a card. Glorious. And dare I say, I said this before, but I feel like I picked up all the centered, really good eye appeal Topps cards that I found. Like, and now was only 2 of them. You know, there was others, but they were all stickered up and asking like triple what I was willing to pay. And some of them, the gold couple, like a Reggie gold sticker, I just didn't think it was even worth the gold sticker. So some of them I didn't even agree with the Mike Baker stickers on them to begin with. And then I kept seeing dealers running over to the Mike Baker place, and then they would bring them back. Like, just all looked kind of fishy to me. But the cards look good that they get gold and silver. It seemed fair, but it's definitely a game now. It's like a race to find like those 2 cards before dealers get them and send them in. It is a race. Okay, so my third card is my biggest card of the whole trip. I had just met Joe Perot, a fellow surfer, literally 5 minutes before I saw this card. And it was the very last row on the first day we went through every single row. I looked at every card on the displays. And this was like almost the very last table. And the guy's name is Ryan Sadowski. And he had some really interesting cards. Well, out of the corner of my eye, about 6 feet away, I saw this Duke Kahanamoku rookie card. This card right here, this is on my list of Duke cards. I never thought I would own it because it's super expensive. It's a monster card. Like if you want this in a 2, you're talking $3,000. There's a few on eBay, $5,000, $3,000, just ridiculous. There's one at Fanatics that I've been almost bought many times, $1,500. It had a crease right down his face, right down the middle. Well, this thing is beat to shreds. I never in a million years, so the price tag says $950, ended up paying $875. I didn't look up comps. I didn't look up comps for a single card I bought on this trip. I did use comps when there was a couple. I was with Joe and we looked up comps, but for my purchases, my actual purchases, I didn't look up comps a single time. I paid what I wanted to pay, what I was willing to pay. And I think I actually did just great on all of them. This guy right here, this Duke card, I never thought I would ever own. And in fact, when I saw a card, when I would see cards bent in half, and this one's been folded in 4 places, I never thought I would actually be comfortable owning one. A baseball card, I still don't think I could own one. But when I saw this Duke card and this experience I had finding it in the flesh, the last row, going through every card at the whole show, and just meeting Joe Perot, another surfer, it was going home with me the second I saw it. The price tag on it, I would have just paid that in 2 seconds. Didn't need to look up comps or anything. This is Duke's rookie card. So this is technically probably his most sought after card. Of the greatest surfer, you know, the godfather of surfing, not the greatest surfer of all time, but the godfather of surfing, and one of the greatest Olympians of all time, greatest Olympian swimmer. Incredible. This is from 1913. I haven't done all the research on it. I showed this to Rick at dinner, and the guy did research for 2 hours during dinner about the set because he had never seen the set. It's a Panhandle Scrap, so it's a tobacco company, I believe. I didn't have internet barely, so in my hotel room, so I really didn't do any research. I already knew about this card and seen it the price that I could afford. And I'm not gonna say that, oh man, I'm so glad it's all beat up and I'm so glad the story is there. It was in some kid's pocket and all that. No, would I rather have one, you know, that's cherry, you know, like the one on eBay that's $3,000? Sure. But I'm not going to spend $3,000 on this card. I'm just not. This is a perfect addition to my collection. Now, I only have one more Duke Kahanamoku card to add to my collection. It's the only other one I want. 1924 Willard's Chocolate. And that to me is going to be like the holy grail. Even though this one's probably the holy grail in the whole group of them, I only need one more. And the day that I find it is going to be very special. So there's that one. Really freaking pumped on that. And then I'll show, this is the next one I grabbed. So the first day I went around the room, I saw this Jackie card. And it's the T206 from 2009 Topps. And this is the gold refractor. You can't really see the refractorism in this horrible case. And these are numbered to 50. And so I actually had this in my hand. I saw it in the case in a random spot. Never thought I'd see a Jackie Modern card there, you know, that I would buy. There's a lot of Dodger stuff out though. And he wanted $50 for this thing. And so I go, dude, I'm not used to spending $50 for a gold to 50 for Jackie. They're like $20 normally. So I offered 25. He just straight up, no. I'm just like, dude, no one's going to buy this but me. I'm thinking, no one at the show is going to buy this but me. Well, I left the table. And I couldn't stop thinking about it for that whole day and the next day. So woke up the next day and went over there, tried to find it, and I found it again, took it out of the sleeve. And I knew it was going to go home with me even if I had to pay the $50 because I couldn't stop thinking about it. And it's an absolute perfect addition to my Jackie Modern collection. And I like the old, the 2000s serial number 50. So I made a deal with this. The lowest the guy would go was $45. So I spent 45 bucks on this. This is probably, you know, the only one that I overpaid on. I think, you know, it doesn't matter what it's worth. This is a treasure for my collection. It's going to go in my Jackie collection. A really special card. And I actually went on Card Ladder later and looked to see the last time one sold, and it had been years and years and years. So probably 4 years since this card's even shown its face on eBay or anything. Maybe it's up there now. I didn't look, but on Card Ladder, sold. They never ever sell. So they're stuck somewhere. So I'm really glad that I paid the tax and went back. I would still be thinking about this card if I turned it down. So really glad to add it. 2 more cards. This is the second to last card. I thought I needed this for my Bowman Chrome. It's a Mark McGwire refractor card from 1997 Bowman Chrome. So I bought this card, and I think he was solid too. I paid 20 bucks. I offered 15. He said no, because he said he had $30 on it the day before. Seemed like a really honest guy. His wife was working, and they lowered the price on the second day. And so it was 20 bucks, and I go, yeah, it's for my set of Bowman Chrome Run, all refractors I'm trying to get. So I grabbed it, and then I did something stupid. Like, I should have looked at my checklist prior, because I know I didn't have one, a base one, but I looked on my checklist, and I go, huh, it's highlighted. So I came home last night, and I looked. I have an Andy Pettitte with the American flag in the background, so the international version. So technically, this is my first base refractor, which is really what I really kind of want. I want the gold refractors, but I want it to be, you know, the normal base. So now I have 2 from this set. So, you know, is what it is, but 20 bucks. Thought it was awesome. Don't know what it's worth. Don't care. I will be grading both those in my slabs. Those are the 2 that'll make it. All the other ones that I shared will go into my one touches. And then the last card that I picked up at the show was this. I met this guy, Mitch. He was a dealer, and he like flagged me down. He goes, hey, Dylan, Double D. And he just started talking to me and just like gave me so many awesome compliments. Watches my channel. I had like, I couldn't tell you how many people came up to me. Maybe 10 people came up to me. It was like the first day, it was like every like half hour, someone was like pulling me in and saying they love my channel, and they've learned from me and things like that. And it just blew my mind, and I can't thank them enough. I'm going to do a photo thing, and I'm going to edit a video out, probably a short one, of all the clips of all these guys I met. I have a card from somebody else that I'll share in a second. But I picked this up for Mitch on the last day, very last card, close to the last table I visited. And it was just like zombie-like the last day. I think I'm a one-day card show guy, I realize. Besides, I went to there was a show after me and Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards, went to a trade night, and then Joe showed up to Pro. It was epic. It was actually really, really fun. But I had like, not card fatigue, but yeah, card fatigue on the sense that I don't want to go back to the same case again. I'll do one walkthrough, and then I don't need to go back and like look for diamonds in the rough. If a card speaks to me in the first round, I can run that through my head like I did with the Jackie and go back the next day and buy it. But I really want the cards to speak to me when I first see them. And I don't really miss any, you know, when you're going through. Went through the whole show and then found this from Mitch. Just such a sick card. So Larry Doby, 1951 Bowman. He hooked me up with an awesome deal on this card. Price tag says $125. I paid $110 for this, and I will show this up close and personal. But I looked at his table the first day. He had a lot of good stuff, really awesome cards. But this one is the one that struck my fancy the next time I went over. So I did miss this on the first round. And this is a card that's easy to find centered. It's not the most difficult card in the world. I've seen quite a few of them. I just never pulled the trigger. Always wanted it. And that was the perfect timing. Going to my buddy Mitch, talking to him for a half hour, you know, that day and the day prior. And apologize, Mitch, if you're watching. Who was with you that day working your booth too? Nicest gentleman ever. he was so kind too. So your buddy there was awesome. So thank you guys for hooking me up with this card. A stunner, a beautiful Dobie to add to my collection. 110 bucks all day long. I mean, freaking sick. I met, there's two more cards. One goes with my closing statement. I met Dave Bauer. Dave Bauer, what an awesome human being. So I knew his voice. Like I had hung out with him. I not hung out with him, but it felt like I had known him. I heard his voice. I'm like, Dave. He's like, hey. He came up to me and Double D, hey, how's it going, Dylan? And then he told me, I go, dude, have you're the guy with you were on Greg Midlife's cards, all that stuff. And man, he had some of the most kindest words to tell me about my thoughts and opinions about my collection. And he's watched my videos from the beginning. And for a guy like Dave, who has the most incredible collection ever, to tell me that he's learned from me, like his eyes changed on certain, like centering and stuff, it really struck him. The stuff that he, it meant so much to me. So I thought I was crazy in the beginning, and meeting a guy like Dave, we talked for at least a half hour, probably 2 different times. Incredible guy, like the most nicest, happiest, go-lucky guy ever. I guess anyone would be if you had cards like this guy, but no, for reals. And he told me this story about going to the fantasy camp with Ozzie Smith and playing catch with these guys, like just blew my mind. And I held my first ever turkey red card, and it was a Ty Cobb, and it was a 5.5 magical glorious card. The very first turkey red card I ever held in my life. And I was telling Dave, like, if I get a card, it's basically the first time I ever held that card in my life, because I'm always an eBay guy. I've been an eBay guy since the very beginning, or at least an online guy. So when I hold a card, I don't go to a lot of shows. It's the first time I ever held it, 99% of the time. So what an honor to meet you, Dave. A pleasure. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Those are my pickups. I have other cards that I got from Danny. But I had a glorious time. Thank you all. My roommate, Dan, I gotta give him a shout out. Plastics and Cardboard. Dude, we had a great time. Great roommate. I'm not gonna mention everyone's names right now because I will forget, but I love all of you guys. Everyone that I have yet to meet a terrible person who is a collector on YouTube. They're all awesome human beings. That's it. Hope you guys are inspired out there. Don't be influenced by guys like me. Collect how you like to do it. Cowabunga!